Okay, guys, we're going to do some post-match from today.
Down,
and
it will speak to Ian Stringer very shortly.
We'll start with BBC Radio Leicester, please.
Brendan, hi. Ian Stringer from the commentary box. As ever, we're live on BBC Radio Leicester. Congratulations on a winning draw, I guess we would probably call that. Brendan, watching on from a distance, what do you put the kind of the late equaliser ultimately down to? A bit of dedication, spirit, and ultimately hanging in there.
Yeah, I thought it was the very least we deserved, Ian. I thought it was a really good game, two attacking teams. Unfortunate to go behind. We got an equaliser that we deserved. I thought throughout the game we showed real quality and showed that we can really compete at the level against a team that had won every game away from home, and you can see with the quality and the movement and speed, but how dangerous they are. But no, I thought that we were disappointed with the second goal. We'll analyse that, and there's a coaching element of that where we can be a little bit better. But I think we showed that spirit and mentality that we've talked about that's grown in this team with the more confidence again, that they can come back, and we've got good fitness levels so we can keep going to the very end, and we thoroughly deserved the point in the end.
It's an interesting one to analyse defensively, Brendan, we thought up in the commentary box, because as you say, that the second goal, and there were a couple of free headers as well, which I know you won't be pleased about. However, you think about Wesley Fofana's incredible interception on Daniel James in the second half, and Johnny Evans was sweeping up, and the fullbacks were so prominent in the game. I wonder how you assess actually the defensive performance overall, because you've already mentioned one small mistake, but Wesley Fofana in particular, with that incident again in particular, you were all up applauding that. There was some genius and a couple of moments of switching off. Is that fair?
Yeah. I don't think you want to get that against top level opposition. You only need to look at the goals they've scored. You look at the possibilities they have on the pitch, and then what they can bring off the bench. Then you're always going to be tested against that level of opponent. The first goal, they get a bit of luck where the ball rebounds to Marcus and he finishes it like he does. He's a top level player. The second one, from the coaching perspective, we just allow the ball to come through. That's what the midfield area too easy, and Cavani gets turned, and then we can do better and matching the run. So those are little items that we'll look at. But I think we also gave them lots of problems as well. I think our movement, the speed of our movement. I think again, me looking at it from watching the team grow and develop, I thought we had real good authority in the game. So that shows that we're developing and able to compete at the very highest level.
And some of that authority, I'm sure you'll agree, came from James Justin. Matt Piper gave him man of the match today. He was outstanding, as he was against Spurs. You often talk, Brendan, about wanting to see experience grow in your players and learnings from players, and players improve from experience. Does James Justin epitomise that? Has he been a left back? Has he been a right back? He's had to bide his time. You've talked about him growing from League One into the Premier League. He looked magnificent today, and he seems to be one that's learning from his experiences under your coaching staff.
Yeah, I said at the beginning of the season that this group, it's just time. We showed lots of potential last year, and but with more coaching time and more confidence, then the players will improve. And him, like you say, 22 years of age, he's played in the last week against two world-class players and kept them relatively quiet in terms of, Son, who makes so many runs, so we give him a specific job on him. And then obviously today with Marcus, and now he's obviously moves more. And second half we went on to the other side, but no, I thought he dealt with it really well. And then obviously in the second half he can release himself forward more, playing against Pogba on that side. So yeah, he's developing and growing, and like you say, he's getting great experiences at the level.
Obviously, there was a defeat against Liverpool, Brendan, but against Manchester City, Manchester United, Arsenal and Spurs, some of the quite big clubs in the Premier League, I make that 10 points from 12. Is it fair to say that you're really dining at the top table with the big clubs in the league now?
Well, no, listen, it's always going to be the challenge for us, Ian, but I think what we want to be competitive. And like I said, the definition of the top six is obviously based around the financial side. in the league, and of course we're not in that. But if we can be competitive in a football aspect, then that's what's important. And I think today against a really, really top team that have shown in the Premier League this season how good they are away from home, that we were able to be competitive. So no, but still an awful lot of improvement for us to make, and but that's the bit that we really enjoy, that development.
A word on your injuries as well ahead of the very, very quick turnaround away at Crystal Palace. Brendan, Ricardo and Soyuncu, I wonder whether they may be fit for the trip to Selhurst Park in a couple of days. And James Maddison today looked like he had a bit of a knee problem. I wonder whether you're just happy to tell us about Ricardo and Soyuncu and any other problems you might have.
Yeah, there'll be one or two players that have obviously just come back that we need to. There'll be a question mark really, and we need to have a look at, like Timothy Castagna, who's just back from a hamstring injury. Are we going to risk that 48 and a half hours later from the kickoff? We need to assess that. Cags will be back in the squad, which would be great, which should be, all being well. So we'll clarify that tomorrow. Ricardo won't be, but all the others should be available to travel.
And there was no Genghis Under today, Brendan. Is that an injury?
Yes. Yeah, he had a slight hamstring yesterday in training when he sort of pulled up. We have had a scan, and the scan's come up clear, but he's just feeling a bit of tightness, and that may be related more to his back. So we just have to monitor that, and we'll see if he's going to be available.
And final one from me, Brendan, if you wouldn't mind. How's the new digs? The training ground looks a hell of a place. We saw the moving in pictures. Lovely that the skipper was first through the door, by the way. Lovely you've said that Top's going to be the first to hit one on the first tee, by the way. Hope he doesn't top it 10 yards. I know he's a good golfer, incidentally. Lovely touch. How's the new digs, Brendan? How's the training ground? It looks magnificent.
Well, it's all of that, and it's an incredible investment by the club. Truly, one of the most advanced training centres in world football. So to have the privilege to be able to drive into it every day, and yesterday coming in and Christmas Day to walk and train, it was amazing. Just the sight. There's been no expense spared. It's what the club have done, and that investment is significant, and every section of it is it's amazing to be in. So it's something that for the players for now and for the future, it's going to be a wonderful training centre to develop players, improve players. And like I've always said, you can have all the great facilities, but you need to also have what's going on inside it be in the correct way. And now there's a great chance for us to develop players to the really highest level.
Thanks for the insight, Brendan. Congratulations on a draw today, and good luck away at Crystal Palace.
Thanks, Ian. Thank you.
Okay, guys, I'm going to go to James Cooper, and then I'm going to go to Rob Draper. So, James, please.
Hiya, Brendan. Clearly the 2 goals were crucial, but I'm just wondering how important that save was from Kasper Schmeichel in giving you a platform to get back into the game.
Yeah, he's an outstanding keeper, Kasper, and at various moments this season, he makes important saves, like all top goalkeepers do, So yeah, it was an important save.
And in terms of momentum, is that momentum that you now carry into your next game, as opposed to perhaps the disappointment that Manchester United felt over that result?
No, I think Manchester United's disappointment will only come from that they were winning 2-1 with probably the last 10 minutes to go. But I think over the course of the game, when you analyse the game, I think we performed really well to a really high level. And like I say, I think we were more than deserving of a point. So yeah, but for us, it's just a continuation of how the players have been working, the focus, the quality, and for us, it shows another step for us. We lost twice to Manchester United last year, so today we were deserving of the point. And now we can move on to our next game.
And just the last one from me, a first draw in the Premier League for you this season, but as you said yourself, a draw you can actually be pleased about. Yeah,
I think it's something that we've spoken about in the last few weeks. We've played really well in games and won games, and then in other games, like the Everton game where there was nothing in the game and you can't win it, don't lose it, but we lost that. So it's another sign of the players maturing, getting better. So we had a real determination today that we weren't going to take anything less than a draw, and that's a great credit to the players and the mentality.
Thanks, Brendan. Happy Christmas.
You too.
Okay, Rob Draper and then Jonathan Northcroft, please.
Yeah, hi, Brendan. Obviously, a really good game between two very good sides playing well at the moment. Do you and the players feel the equal of a side like Manchester United now? Obviously not off the pitch financially, but on the pitch, there's not a lot to choose between you.
Well, what pleased me today, Rob, was the authority in the game. You know, we're improving and developing, and of course, when you play against the huge clubs, the Liverpools, Man Uniteds, Man Cities, there's they have that personality, and sometimes that maybe a Leicester club has. But I thought we played with personality, and like you say, we played with that authority in the game. So, as you say, we're nowhere near in terms of levels of budget and resources and stuff. But from a football perspective, we were competitive, and that's something that was nice to see.
Okay, Jonathan.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hiya. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he appreciated Jamie Vardy's finish at the end there. And I know you've spoken a million times about Jamie, but just from a technical or coaching point of view, can you explain how difficult it is to have that type of sharpness that he demonstrated there?
Yeah, he's just got this incredible inbuilt brain for football. Jonathan, he reads the game so well. He wants to score goals, so inevitably he finds himself in the positions to score. You know, so he arrives, his timing of his movement so good, and like you say, all he will know as a top striker that's an instinct that sometimes you can't coach players. That's just, you know, getting a feel for the game and arriving in the right area at the right time. But to be in the 6-yard box, make the contact, then he's just a natural goal scorer. Different type. You get natural goal scorers of different types. He's one that plays on the last line. You see his threat all day running. But when it's in around the box, he's close to the ball always. So yeah, deserving of the goal.
Okay, I'm going to go to Jordan and then Rob, and then we'll do pre-match for Monday. So Jordan, please. Jordan? There we go.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, yeah.
Hi, Brendan. Can I just have a word on Yuri Tielemans' performance? It felt like he was really influential, but also it looked like he really enjoyed himself out on the pitch today.
Yeah, I thought he was outstanding in the game. You know, it was two teams with top midfield, young players, and him having that confidence and that, like I said, they played with real authority. It was really competitive without the ball, pressing, aggressive, winning tackles, being strong, and then his movement to take the ball, play, and pass the ball was exceptional. So yeah, I thought he was excellent.
Okay, and Rob Tanner, please.
Hi, Brendan. How you doing?
Okay, Rob.
Just on the back of that, Tielemans and Vardy, we've seen how important they are to your side, but you're going to have to protect some players with 2 games in space of 3 days. Can you afford to rest either of those two for Palace?
Yes. It's. We'll look at it tomorrow, closer, but it's. I don't want to risk injury. That's 48 and a half hours before the games, or in between the games, and especially the season that we've had and everything else. I'm not prepared to risk a level of risk in that means they're going to miss 6 weeks to 2 months out with an injury. So we'll look at it. We'll make changes. The number we'll have to wait and see. We'll need to assess the players tomorrow and see where they're at. But yeah, it's the players' health is always the most important. Take away the result. I'll always pick a team that I think can get the result. And if that means changing players, then we will do that.
Thank you.
Okay, that leads us nicely into the preview for Palace on Monday. So we'll start out with James Cooper, please. Any more hands raised will be for Palace on Monday. Thank you.